this is not official, but Kevin Acee reporting here that it is expected that AJ Preller returns and Bob Melvin also expected that he returns, according to people who have talked to both men. Again, Padres have not confirmed this news. Team officials did not comment on this matter on Tuesday. But is this the right move? Bob Melvin staying with the San Diego Padres, expected to stay. If he indeed stays with the Padres as the manager, is this the right move? Yes. I ask the question again. If Bob Melvin ended up going to the San Francisco Giants, how are you going to sell your fan base on Ryan Flaherty being promoted as the manager? That'll put us in a better spot to go win a World Series than Bob Melvin being with the Padres. I don't think people are going to be buying that. Or if Bob Melvin, even if he walked away and didn't go to any other team, how are you selling that next guy that comes in? Even if you bring in someone like Buck Showalter or you have Mike Schilt come and be the manager instead of be in the dugout a little bit coaching sometimes, right? That seems more like a lateral move. And Buck Showalter, like that's just I don't think that would be a very popular move with the wild card stuff that happened last year in New York. But I'm just floating his name out there because he was recently let go by the New York Mets. He's a veteran manager. Everyone knows who he is. I could throw Gabe Kapler's name out there, whatever, whoever, Um, all of these moves, someone that you bring in, I don't see how Padres fans would look at that and be like, that is a better guy to come manage the San Diego Padres than Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin, he led this team, he helped manage this team to the NLCS in 2022. So he just forgot how to manage in 2023. All of a sudden now he's not good enough. And I kind of had the same thought with the New York Mets as well. I get it. It's a new president of baseball operations with David Stearns coming in with the Mets, but he led the Mets to, I think, over 100 wins in 2022. Got bounced in the wild card, sure, but it was a lot of underwhelming, disappointing things that happened with the New York Mets, just like the San Diego Padres this year. So I don't think it's totally fair, especially when David Stearns didn't even talk to Buck Showalter before having Billy Epler go make this move because Epler's the GM under David Stearns. That is yet we don't really know yet if maybe a GM gets hired and they take the GM title off of AJ Preller. I don't think that's likely because I don't think AJ Preller is going to sit there and be like, "Yeah, sure, let's bring in a GM to be like the middle guy between me and Bomel, and I get the GM title taken off." I don't think that's something that AJ would want, right? But with Bob Melvin, yeah, I think this is the right move. The players already respect Bob. If the Padres would have allowed AJ Preller here to make another managerial hiring, there's no direction but down in terms of experience, right? That you bring in. So are the players going to respect that person that you bring in more than they already respect Bob Melvin? Xander Bogaerts was quoted, I believe, at the end of this season being complimentary of Bob Melvin. And we know Manny likes Bob Melvin. We know a lot of people like Bob Melvin. It feels like the Padres organization had the backing. Like they were backing Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin had the backing of the Padres organization. It just felt like it was AJ Preller that doesn't connect with Bob Melvin. Maybe some people in the Padres front office with AJ Preller that doesn't connect with Bob Melvin. But it seems like everyone else likes Bob Melvin as the Padres manager. It seems like Eric Greupner likes Bob Melvin as the Padres manager. Peter Seidler preferred Bob Melvin to stay along with AJ Preller here. Obviously, some people will disagree with AJ Preller staying. I'm at the point with AJ Preller where it's like, just look at the track record. Why not make a move? Like, can it get worse than this? 2021 collapse, 2023, the most disappointing, frustrating season in franchise history. Can it get worse? Yes, brought him to the NLCS in 2022. But, I mean, look what happened this year. Just look at the track record. This year was not a winning, successful season. They might have finished with a winning record, but it was not a winning, successful season. And I'm sorry, when Bob Melvin has problems with your roster construction, and he called AJ Preller out indirectly multiple times to the media this season, especially at the end of this season, about guys, oh, yes, finally we're putting a bunch of guys in games here. These guys on the bench, they're actually being used. Like, that's great. That's much better when everyone's being involved. He took little shots there at AJ. Didn't mention him, obviously, directly, but I thought it was pretty clear that he was taking some shots at AJ's roster construction. And so it's just like Bob Melvin, he knows what he's doing. Was he a problem this year? Yes. But was he as big of a problem, I think, this year as AJ Preller and the roster construction? No. Was he as big of a problem as the players just not performing up to their capabilities? No, I don't think he was that big of a problem. So I think the Padres can still go get to that World Series with Bob Melvin. I think it would have been more of a question mark about if the Padres can go be a World Series team if Bob Melvin was not the manager and the Padres brought in someone that was like a first time manager and they decided to go younger again. So I'm happy. Now, Bob, again, it's not official that Bob Melvin is back, but it seems like he is expected to be back. This is according to Kevin Acee in the Union Tribune. Bob Melvin expected to be back, which I think is the no-brainer move.